So a master once said to me that it really doesn't matter what you practice as long as you practice every day. That might be a bit shocking, if you belong to some particular Buddhist clique. And it doesn't even have to be Buddhist. Well, I'll explain more maybe next week. You see, the problem is that if we don't have a daily practice, if we don't have a daily attempt to connect with ourselves, that if we just continue as normal, we just remain stuck in confusion, So it is important to have a daily practice. And I've been toying with the idea recently. I haven't told anybody about this. Cecily doesn't even know this. I've been toying with this idea of putting together a really simple practice, a daily practice that you could do in less than 5 minutes. But if you already have an established practice, you don't need this, okay? If you already have a solid daily practice. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Oh, okay. So, I don't like stuffing stuff down people's throats, There are many people that are much better at doing that than me, So one of the things that I really believe, and again, this is probably also contrary to Tibetan Buddhism, but I personally believe that it's not important how long you practice for. What matters is the depth at which you practice. Whether it's superficial or transformative. Just saying prayers, performing a ritual on one end of the spectrum, and then instead touching your very core. And sometimes something simple can say more than a lot of words. Which is why I like this idea of a short daily practice. So I've been reflecting on something. Milan caused this trouble last week. That I've been reflecting on, this problem about how we so easily get entangled in this vivid display of our mind, how we take the unreal as real and we take the real as unreal. Do you want another example of taking the real as unreal? You're going to die. Let's pretend that's not true. That's an example of taking the real as not being real. It's true. So, and one of the things to understand as well is that it takes a while to establish ease and freedom. It takes a while. Because, well, you see, one of the things is that ease and freedom are alien to the situation around us. It's not, people say that people would love this, but it's not how they act, when people get upset, sometimes, this is very interesting, sometimes they hold on to the upset as though it was something really precious. I'm certainly guilty of doing that. That's why I can speak with authority on this one. You know, you're pissed off. You hold on to the feeling of being pissed off. It's amazing. Why? Like, how stupid is that, you know? So, I've got today's offering down as one simple little sentence. Well, you know me, I'm going to talk as well. it's not going, you're not getting away that easy. But one simple sentence, and here it is. It only stops when I stop. What does that mean? So here, instead of a lot of words, just reflect on this. What does it mean? It only stops when I stop. Your mind will never stop. What am I referring to? It only stops when I stop. It's kind of amazing, you see, like you're in control. Of what? Grasping. It only stops when I stop. Mind continues. Mind will never stop. Experiences will never stop. You can go into deep hibernation. There are special meditation practices that can put you into deep hibernation, but eventually you wake up. It only stops when I stop. So we just sit for a little while. The usual thing, you know. Are you nice and comfortable and relaxed? Is your mouth slightly open? Are you breathing through your mouth? Can you feel the quality of your breathing? Particularly the out-breath. Ah. Now here, we're not trying to create stillness. We're not trying to create anything. We're relying on being alive. Can you feel the quality of your out-breath? Your out-breath doesn't care what's going on in your mind. It's free. Your mind might want to establish something. Oh, I'm going to sit in meditation. No. Just feeling your breath as you breathe out. Ah. We're not fixating on our breath. We're not trying to use our breath to push things away. We're just feeling what it's like to breathe. And as you stay with this feeling of your out breath, this kind of release, then not concerned, no concern. You automatically breathe back in. And as you breathe out, this sense of ease kind of intensifies. So it's very important here at this point not to shut down. What do I mean by that? This is lovely, cozy feeling, like being in bed. So easy just to close your eyes and drift off. That's not this practice. Very important to have your eyes open, to be able to hear, to be able to notice everything. And at the same time, without grasping, in a state of deep ease. Alive, not asleep, alive and free. Sounds come and they go. Very ordinary. Basically, we're simply allowing the grasping to fall away of its own accord. We're not bossing it around. We're allowing the grasping to fall away of its own accord. There's nothing to figure out. There's nothing to understand. It's enough just to be alive. You see, you don't gain anything. You just lose all the bullshit. You just lose all the bullshit. You lose. You're not gaining anything. You're losing confusion. You're losing grasping. You're losing stubbornness. You're losing. It's not like losing weight. There's no struggle involved. Ease. Being. loving kindness, a softness envelops you. It only stops when I stop. Will that do for today?